This is Jolie for Seconds Out with Donte Dixon today, undefeated
You all right, bro?
prospect, managed by Billy Joe Saunders, of course. 5 wins, 3 KOs. And you're in the superweight featherweight division. Your last fight was at featherweight. You fought a
Yeah.
lightweight as well in the past. So you can manage the weights quite well.
Yep.
But yeah, first of all, how have you been since your fight?
Everything's been good. Soon after the fight, straight back in the gym, training. I think only bit out I had over Christmas was the week of Christmas, and then back in gym. So staying on it, staying fit, ticking over. So when fight time comes, I have to get ready. Stay ready now.
How's it been for a young fighter like you over COVID? Because it affects fighters differently depending on where they are in their career. So for you, you need to have as many fights as possible right now to learn.
Yeah.
Whereas for people like, I'm just using Billy Joe Saunders as an example, he can't get big fights like the Canelo fight. And it's obviously a completely different situation. But for a young fighter where you need so many fights, is it really frustrating that you can't get a fight every other month?
Yeah, it was frustrating at first because obviously I was fighting quite a bit when I first went pro. I fought in October, then December, then February, then March, and then lockdown happened after my last fight. Well, the last fight before my last one in March. So that happening, it was like it put it on hold for a bit. It was a bit, I don't know how to explain it. It went good because I got used to fighting all the time, and then to not be fighting for how many months, it just weren't the same. And then my gym being closed on top of that, that messed it up for a bit as well. So then as soon as the gym opened, I just made sure I had to get straight back on it. Because some people, they was training from home, but it's just not the same. I just didn't think it was the same. I missed sparring. That was like the main thing that I missed. So that just made it harder. Just doing the running is just boring. I hate it anyway. I hate the running, but it has to be done. But just doing running and training from home, it's not the same, man. It's boring.
Is it been better like the second lockdown or whatever you want to call it because the gyms are open for professionals?
Way better, way better. Still being able to go in the gym, still being able to train and do everything, do pads, work on stuff. It's been a lot better this time than the first time.
Yeah. So how many fights do you expect to have this year, 2021?
2021, hopefully, let's say 5 fights, hopefully 5 fights. If I get more, I'll be happy. I don't want to say I want so many and they don't happen. I'll be a bit upset, but I'm saying 5 fights, hopefully, then that should be good. 5, 6 fights.
And any of them, do you think you can potentially be reaching for the title by the end of this year?
Some sort of title by the end of this year, hopefully. Some sort, definitely.
And obviously, being as that you're from Sheffield, you've been around loads of fighters from Sheffield in the past. You sparred had loads of people. But who do you think's the best top 3 fighters from Sheffield of all time? Put you on the spot here. Yeah.
Prince Naseem, definitely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he has to.
Brook. And I got to put Barry in there to kick it like this cut.
Yeah, no,
Barry's a sick in it. Even though I won the world title yet, he's got to be in there. He's got to be in there.
Nah, they're three good picks. I'll come back to your career now. You're a switch hitter. Tell me a bit about that, how you became a switch hitter, because not a lot of fighters are, and how do you think that benefits you really in the ring?
When I was younger training, one of my friends in the gym called Darnell Sterling, he used to switch all the time. So I just thought, like, I may as well start practicing. Start practicing when I was about 15, 16. First, I went really good when I was switching. But just over the years, just practice, I just got good at it. Now I'm like the same in both stance. Like, it's the same.
So did you just find it comfortable mid-fight if you know you want to confuse the opponent, just start switching and hitting with your left hook? And that's impressive. Do you watch fighters who are switch hitters, for example, Terence Crawford, and learn from them, learn the way they use it in different ways to benefit?
Yeah, definitely. All the boxers who switch, I watch, but I'll just watch loads of boxing in general. Like I just try to pick up little things from all the best their styles, just little things. Some people work the body well. Some people use their feet well. Some people can switch good, like Terence Crawford. So it's just like little things like that. Just try to add it into my game just so I can improve as a fighter.
Of course. And what weight class do you think you will be winning your first title at then? Because like I said earlier, you've been switching between a few. What are you most comfortable at right now?
Feather or super feather, whatever comes up in one of them first, that's the one I'll do, because I can make both of them comfortable, so it don't really make a difference between them two. So one of them, either.
Yeah, and the guys at the top of the division, how soon do you think you can be fighting them? I mean, it's clearly, you know, you're still very early on in your pro career, but do you ever sort of picture that so that the day it comes, you've been preparing for it for years?
Wow. I've been picturing stuff like this since I was like 15, like fighting these top guys. So from young, every time, always look who's in the top 10, watch their styles, just in case in the future I could end up fighting them. So
yeah,
I do that stuff a lot. So when it happens in the future, hopefully I've watched them enough, so I'll be well prepared.
yeah. Of course. Now, yesterday it was confirmed that British boxing will be back on UK soil mid-February. Have you had any news on a fight date as of yet?
Not a confirmed fight date, but February, what they're looking to get me out. So probably the end of February, I should be fighting again, hopefully.
That's good. A card in particular that you know you're going to be on, or just?
Not heard a card yet. Just said I'll have that date, so time to stay ready in it.
As we sit here talking, there's a chance it could be Kelly versus Avanessia or Dillian White, maybe. You could be on one of
If it's any of them shows like that, any of them big shows, I'll be more than happy to be on one of them ones. So
definitely
more exposure for myself, especially when I'm beating people up and a lot of people can see they're gonna like it. So any of them big shows, I'll happily be on one of them ones.
Yeah, and as you are early on in your career, do you sort of stay in the gym constantly because you just need fight after fight after fight? Are you someone who takes a week off and then is straight back in the gym, or do you just go in the gym the day after your fight, literally take a couple of days off, and then you don't really have rest at this stage? Where are you at right now?
It's usually I'll probably take a couple of days off, depending on if I've hurt my hand or just depending on how my hands are feeling, really. But more times straight back in the gym, because the job's never done. There's always learning to be done. So every fight, you're never going to be 100%. Well, I don't look at it like that. Even if I could stop the person in the first round, I would know there's still more improvement.
There's always.
So yeah. So straight after, it's best to get back in gym, watch your fight, see where you went wrong in certain bits, get back in the gym and work on it to improve it.
And although against Dragoni, it wasn't a perfect performance, but it was everything you needed to do. What did you feel like you could improve on, even though there wasn't, much wrong?
Some bits when I'm inside, like I weren't keeping my hands up enough when I'm inside. I don't know, I just kept dropping my hands a little bit and then getting caught with dumb shots where I shouldn't have been getting caught with. When I'm boxing on the outside, that was perfect. It's just the little bits inside. Sometimes I was doing it, keeping them up good, or just rolling when he's throwing. But some bits I would have stayed there too long, getting hit with something dumb, and don't really need to getting hit with them dumb shots.
I think it's a good mentality to have, though, because even when you're winning at such a young age, you're constantly learning. You're sort of humbling yourself in a way so that when you are at a bigger stage, you just keep learning. And you don't just win and think, I don't need to work on anything now. Do you feel like that's been influenced from being managed by Billy Joe Saunders?
No, I think it's just my upbringing. Like the job's never done. Yeah, it's just there's always work. There's always more you can improve on, no matter what you do. Like if you're a footballer, you can improve more. Don't start thinking that you're the best. Don't start believing in your own hype. Just keep working. Look at little things. You might not think that it's a big thing what you're doing wrong, but over the years, if you start stepping up, you're gonna end up losing to someone because they're gonna capitalize on that mistake that you're making. So you need to get it perfect for when you get up there. Because right now, if I make a little mistakes, people like Angelo Dragon or anyone else I've fought, like you could think, oh well, they weren't the best, they weren't world champions, so it's all right to make a little mistake, but it's not. Because then if you start stepping up, them mistakes they're not gonna be good.
Are these the sort of things you think when you walk into the ring, or are you a chilled guy? Do you not think about the consequences? Are you just someone who's just relaxed when making that ring walk?
I'm relaxed. I like making the ring walk because I like to have a fight. So, but that's the thing. I like to have a fight, but my trainers try to tell me to just box a bit more than the fighting. Because in the amateurs, I'm just used to being stopping people a lot. So I just used to be hella aggressive, walk forward, put it on them. But then now I gotta like take my time a bit more because obviously I'm still 20 years old. These guys now I'm fighting, they're men, so there's a difference. Like I still haven't got my man strength yet. I'm still strong, but I'm like a strong boy. I'm not a strong man yet.
Yeah.
So need to take my time a little bit more, box a bit more, and then start putting it on them. But I just want to try to do it straight away.
I look forward to this, and hopefully, if you are out in February, it'll be a victory there as well. If I'm not wrong, are you 21 in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think next Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay. Well, happy birthday then. And hopefully you have a big year. We'll definitely catch up with you soon. And
Thank you.
excited to see you again, man.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate it.